What's up, people? Harley here. So, for those of you that don't know, this is my 2002 Brodie Thumper Freedom 8-speed full suspension downhill bike. And I've had this bike for a number of years. It's an absolute amazing bike. Definitely one of my most favorite mountain bikes that I've ever owned. But, like I said, it's a 2002. It's really dated, and the parts for it are discontinued. So I decided to reach out to Paul Brodie on YouTube, the co-founder of Brodie Bikes, to see if he could steer me in the right direction as to where I could get parts for this thing. And he seen my comment, he replied to it, and he told me that this bike was most likely made in Taiwan or China, which kind of throws me for a loop because I was under the impression that Brodie was a Canadian brand. Like, even this bike has a Canadian flag on it. So if this bike was made in Taiwan or China, why does it have a Canadian flag on it? And if Brodie bikes are made in Taiwan or China, why do they claim to be Canadian? So I replied to his comment saying, I'm just like, well, if Brodie bikes are made in Taiwan or China, why do they claim to be Canadian? And I'm waiting for his reply. But for those of you that have had a bike like this back in the day or still do, if you know where to get parts, let me know in the comments, like, your thoughts and your ideas, because, I'd hate to have to get rid of this thing because it's an amazing bike. But if it's true what he says and this bike was made in Taiwan or China, it is going to be just a little disappointing because I was under the impression that Brodie was Canadian and the bikes were Canadian made. But yeah, if any of you have had a bike like this or know where to get parts for a bike like this, let me know in the comments.